Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television, GPTV. I'm Brett. It's a new week of comics in my hands. It's Red Atlantis number 3. Really interesting issue for the series that kind of dials things back a little bit and gives us a bit more detail on the characters. So I'm kind of fascinated by this one. It's written by Stephanie Phillips. Robert Carey is the artist. Rosh is the colorist. Troy Peteri is the letterer. Janos Neumann, Victoria Neumann, and then Nicholas Leeds are the creators of the story. So for those who don't know, so the series is, there's been a bunch of attacks on the United States happen around on Election Day, all across the country. It winds up being like psychic attacks. Who's behind them? What caused it? Like, we're kind of learning more and more about this. Now, the things that we've been teased so far is like there's been this program out of Russia that involved like psychic warfare, and this is kind of part of the program, but who's like really running this program and why, like that's the stuff that's kind of up in the air right now. So this is a story of a girl named Miriam who's been kind of thrown into the middle of it. Now, it's turned out her parents worked on the program, and she has powers. So the question is, why does she have powers, and what the hell is exactly what's going on? This issue kind of gives us a little bit of that. So the issue really is the explaining of Miriam's powers, why she has them, a little bit more about her parents, and then we get thrown in, one of the bad guys behind the scene. So it's going to adds a little bit more depth as to, we've had these attacks, but we really don't know kind of like who's necessarily like really behind the attacks and like the organization or group or whatever. This is the issue that's starting to kind of like really bring that forward, which is interesting because I don't think there's many issues to go. So it's going to be a lot packed in as this first volume of the series, eventually wraps up. But this one's kind of that dial back, take things back a little bit, dial back the action, and give us more detail. It's good. Like it's a fairly solid issue. I think it's good in adding layers to the story, explaining some stuff, and then keeping the pacing going really well. It's that where I'm thinking of like it's that part of the film. It's that part of Terminator where Sarah Connor's been saved, and she's being like explained as to what's going on while they're like on the run or hidden and stuff like that. And of course, they're about to be spotted because there's an APB about them. Like it's very we've seen the concept a million times, but it's done really well and executed, solidly. There's some good action to it, some good back and forth. Like I liked the banter between the various characters, and then there's the bigger thing is like there's this thing with this FBI agents who are kind of on the case, and a whole bunch of stuff happens with them, and that's I think the real major part of the issue. And I'm not going to spoil all that, but I really kind of dig the FBI aspect of it. I would love to see like an addendum or something, kind of like more of the story from their perspective. I think it would be really kind of cool to see maybe some point later down the road. Art continues I think to be really, really solid. I like it. There's kind of like a gritty dirtiness to it that I think fits really well. Like it's art that if I saw in an X-Files comic, I think it would fit that genre and that series really well, and that's what this comic reminds me a lot of. There's very much like an X-Files vibe about it, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. I love the X-Files, so I'm very happy about that. So overall, like really happy with the issue. I think it's a really solid edition and third issue. As I said, dials things back a little bit. The first two have been a lot of action, really quick pacing to kind of like really get things going. This one takes a breather and explains things a little bit, which is needed, but does it in an organic way. It doesn't feel unnatural for how it plays out. So overall, happy with the issue. I think it's a great addition to the overall arc in the first volume of the series, and hopefully we'll get many more volumes to go. So out now in comic shops you can go get. There's a link beneath this video. You can put in your zip code or tell the shops near you. No shop, no problem. We do have some affiliate links. There are affiliate links, so we get a small percentage of that. By doing that, you help support our site, so thank you. And speaking of support, I want to thank AfterShock for hooking us up with a review copy. We appreciate it, and thank you for watching. If you're into comics, if you're into AfterShock, check us out every single day at graphicpolicy.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. So until next time, keep reading those comics, and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games. you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.